Hi there, I'm going to do a quick tutorial on how I created these bases for my cards that I have on my blog. I've got the one with the white embossing powder. I've got two with black embossing powder. And you can see that they both have different looks depending upon the color that's in the pattern paper. And then I created this one also with white embossing powder. There's 4 things that you're going to need, or I should say 5. You're going to need a Versamark. You're going to need a stamp, and I'm using a Hero Art stamp. What you need is a stamp that has the deep etchings for the image, because that's what's going to stay open so that it brings the patterned paper color through, or the solid color. You could use solid color for this too. And you'll need a piece of pattern paper, and what I've found is that I usually use scraps of paper that I have, because I usually have scraps left over that I don't know what to do with, and because you're covering most of it and just getting the color through, it seems to work out pretty good. And black embossing powder. You're going to need that. I see I have a cat that's joining me. Okay, first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to ink up the stamp. So I just put a lot of Versamark on the stamp. And what I should have done before this, another item that I neglected to mention for this, is an embossing buddy. And what I do with that is I take it and I just kind of rub over the patterned paper, and it helps so that you don't have those stray pieces of embossing powder sticking on everything. Let me just ink this up just a pinch more here. Okay. So what I do is I just take the patterned paper and I just kind of center it over, and I just hold it, kind of go over it like this with my hands. Make sure all the ink transfers to the paper. And then what you do is just lift it off, and you'll be able to see, now I don't know if you're going to see the image on here where the image goes on there. And then you're going to take your embossing powder and just kind of run it over the image and tap it off. And I may not get this perfect trying to do this on the camera. We'll see how this works for me. Just keep doing that until you're going to be cutting some of this excess paper off, so you're not even going to use it all anyway. But I like to leave the paper a little larger so that I have enough room to work with. So even if it doesn't stick on some parts of it, like it seems to be doing for me. This is my first video tutorial, so you'll have to excuse me if it's not coming out perfect for me. Okay, I always use these tweezer bees to hold it. So I'm going to heat this. It's going to be loud. And I've got my craft mat down here so that will, you can use heat on it. So let's see here. I'm just going to heat this until you see it starting to get glossy. I don't know if you can see that or not. Watch so you don't burn your hands. That's why I use this tweezer bee. Okay. I think it's heated. So now you can see how shiny that is. And it's not perfect. Some of the embossing powder didn't stick up here, but again, I was trying to do this on the video, so this is my first time I've done a video tutorial. So what I would probably do anyway is trim around it because I don't want it to go I don't want it to completely cover my card. So that's it. That's all you do. It's pretty easy. And what I do like about this, I'm not a big technique person, and when I had seen cards made like this, I fell in love with them. And so I had wanted to know how you do them. So I took a class, and that's how I learned to do this. But what I like is every pattern paper that I use, even if it's the same image, you can use a different stamp, or you can use the same stamp, and you get a different, there's just a different pattern that shows underneath all of the images that are recessed in the stamp. And I don't know how many stamps there are out there by Hero Arts like this, but I think I've got 3 now. This stamp I happened to pick up at Archivers when I went to Scrap Fest, and I was kind of excited to try it since I had been using the other 2 that I have for quite a while. So that's it. If you have any questions, send me an email. Also, if you do make a card like this, go ahead and leave a comment on my blog and put the link to your blog or put the link to the gallery where you have that, because I'd love to take a look and see how yours turned out. Thanks. Bye.